Good evening, everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a great evening and a great day at work to start off your week. This is Executive Vice President of Sales over at Tronaut, Jake Spencer. Actually just pulling into the great Cache Valley, Logan, Utah marketplace. Getting ready to do a great big meeting here tonight. And I first want to say thank you for joining me tonight for this quick presentation. And second, I hope you have something to write with. Hopefully the presentation form has been emailed to you or you downloaded it onto your phone. As many of you guys have probably heard and maybe even witnessing and feeling, our company is doing extremely well. And we will be organizing a series of these calls, probably one or possibly two a day in the next 2 or 3 weeks because of the growth that our company is experiencing and the record amount of people coming in. We want to basically have the foresight and get prepared for what's about to hit with our new services being launched and obviously just the record amount of positions that are being qualified for. So congratulations once again. A little about myself first off before we really get into Tronaut. I've actually been a part of direct sales or network marketing or multi-level marketing, however you want to think about it. I've been a part of it for well over 11 and a half years. And kind of cool, right? And now I know there's people looking at the call-in. There's people all over the U.S. and even people in Canada joining us tonight. I'm actually back in Logan, Utah. That is Utah State University. That's the first area that I was living in really when I was exposed to network marketing as a very young man, 21 years old, by a family member. I think many of you are probably on this phone call out of trusted relationship. That's what I was. I didn't really know at 21 years old what was good, what was bad, what was amazing. I simply trusted the person who had invited me about 5 times, and I ended up finally checking out the opportunity. I learned very quickly that the home-based business arena allows you to take advantage of all the great tax breaks and tax code of our great country. I was able to own my first company. It was a couple $100. It wasn't thousands or even millions of dollars like some of the businesses I now own. And so really I got so fired up because I was able to plug into a system. I kept going to college. In my beginning years, I really worked my business about 4 or 5 hours a week. I had a phenomenal mentor. In fact, pound for pound today, he's probably in the top 2 or 3 individuals globally for the amount of sheer number of millionaires that he's actually created. I remember working with him for the very first time and said, if you do what I coach you to do, if you're coachable, sometimes it's not going to be fun. Sometimes you're not going to like me. Sometimes you're going to hate me. I can help you make $1 million. And I thought that was a great little closing line. Didn't believe him, but I joined anyway. And I had a ball. I got going, started making money fairly quickly. I was actually able to reach a 6-figure income potential position in my first company, my only company up until Tronaut in the direct sales arena. And it was absolutely amazing. And that company taught me so many great things, was involved in essential services that everyone has. I learned the power of reoccurring income, reoccurring money, and I saw how powerful lives could become, potential could become, and unlock potential when people were always scrambling to close deals, turn in hours from work, do things to make money. I was first exposed to residual income at such a young age. I guess now I'm tainted. And so long story short, over the years, I've watched a lot of very cool things in business. And I think a lot of you guys would agree. We've all seen people excel in business, make lots of money. We've also seen a lot of people lose lots of money. And we've even seen people who have never reached their full potential with their income. And which brings me directly to Tronaut. As I fly through this presentation sheet, I promise you it's going to go extremely fast because I have lots of people to be meeting, and this was not in any way, shape, or form geared to give you all the information about our company because of the superior leadership of our company. Many of your questions and concerns can be answered as you write them down. However, about 4 or 5 years ago, I came across a gentleman which is now one of my closest friends. He's a family friend now. We vacation together. We do a lot of things together. And we got into business, very successful, great partnership, and he actually has had unparalleled success in other companies. In fact, when you're looking in box number 1 on that presentation sheet, the parent company that's already done over $1 billion. Him and his partners ran that entrepreneur education company for almost 20 years, teaching people how to run a business, whether it be part-time, spare time, home-based, big business, from online marketing to affiliate to marketing, belly-to-belly to diversifying income, even taking their clients and showing them what to do after they're making money or even before setting up those plans. If there's anything that was taught in business, these guys did it and were one of the most premier global companies for many years. And when we started working together, we had a lot of success. And the time came when he kind of went back to what he was good at. He took what we had learned together and started using that in a lot of his business day to day. And I got a phone call. This is really cool, you guys. It was about a year ago. It was in October of last year. And you guys all have a friend that's probably like this that says, be here at this certain time. I need your opinion. Trust me and show up. Those type of people, the president of our company, Mr. Scott Bland, he made that phone call to me. And being with the relationship that I had with him, the direct knowledge of our mutual success that we had, respectively in business, I dropped what I was doing and I came and heard about Trinont for the very first time. And I heard about a company that was, at that time, focused on financial education, teaching people about having financial plans and basically breaking up the myths, all the myths that people said that you could not have a financial plan or you could not have a financial plan until you had excess, meaning you were doing well in life. And that was what they were basically disposing was they were showing me, him and his two partners, how Trinont was different, how they had select services in the financial arena that no one else had. Now, granted, I want you to just to flow with me here for a second and be on my side of the equation. I want you to be against Trinont just for 1 second and be on Jake Spencer's side. I had seen a lot of things. I will tell you, if we were friends, I'd already made and amassed a lot of money. And so I think and I thought I saw most things in regards to helping the masses out in terms of financial strategies through life insurance products and great investments. And so I will tell you, when I finally sat down with these gentlemen and they showed me what they're doing with their financial strategies, I was blown away when I found out that the list of people that I called to research the company were not even involved in Trinont making money. They were simply customers, people who did not even know that there was a financial opportunity or one to be had. They were just customers who were looking at the company and had gotten involved in the company at the entry level as a customer. They didn't even know about the sign-up fee. They didn't even know that you could make money. These are just people whose lives had been changed because of the financial wealth specialists that Trinont had created going into middle America. And now I'm going to tell you, we target the masses, $30,000 to $95,000 a year of income, and we're going to target that area. Now, if some of you are like me and some of my friends who are high-level income earners, I understand. They have things for you as well, but those things are easy to find with the right people. What's hard to find is taking someone like my family or some of my friends who slug it out in the marketplace day in and day out. They have a job, and every single year they're really not getting that much further ahead with their time or their money. And so what we wanted to do was create a financial education company with elite services and products that were geared towards those people. Now, you can probably guess that's the masses of our country and many other countries. So it's not shocking that we are having so much success when people finally open up their mind and they sit down with one of our wealth specialists and go through a CNA, which is a confidential needs analysis, and they have things exposed, yes, exposed to them that that people have not been promoting and people would never have known if it wasn't and it will not be for people like Trinont. So in box number 2, I'll take you through what Trinont was before we all got together and we created the company that you're now seeing. On the right side of box number 2, there's actually 4 items that you see at the top right that have Trinont to start off. You see the Trinont financial education piece. That's what I've been talking to you about. Being able to sit down with people and show them some of our strategies with big companies like Fidelity and Guaranteed Life. People that have backed us up with products that are actually able to go to the masses, you guys, where people can actually participate with these strategies who are making an extra $50 a month, Yes, even people whose financial lives are in ruin. And we have a way to help these people out. You're going to have the ability to meet some of our financial wealth specialists, and they're going to show you in a confidential meeting what these things are and how they can basically be tailored to your lifestyle. The next one down in our core four is you're seeing is we actually have the ability to plug you into a product called Tranont OneView. In box number 2, you're seeing people like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, the phenomenal partners of my company. They've actually allocated over 16,000 banking institutions and credit card companies that report to this budgeting software every single month. In fact, the first time you actually log in and create your own bio, you're going to actually see the last 90 days of bank statements pop up into the OneView. They call it OneView because you're going to see all of your debts and also all the income that you're actually generating. You'll see when it's coming out of your account, and it'll itemize it out. Yes, even in the fast food categories, entertainment. As many of you know, I've been very fortunate in the financial world, and I'll tell you, very few people can look me in the eye and tell me they have an active, working, live budget. This software actually allows you to be part of that first step in our wealth building process. The next thing is actually educating you on some of the risks that people are falling prey to. One of the biggest risks that you're going to see, the next item down is Tranont Defend. Our core four products are all about your finances and helping you earn income. You see, I'll tell you a secret. If I went to people and I told them, I'm going to give you $100,000 today, what would you do with it? Or I've met people even who say, I had great years in that company, or I made lots of money in those years in real estate, or lots of money. And very few people can actually tell me what they did to grow that money off of that money. Very few people can show me I had great years from this period of time, and look what I was able to do with it. I want to find another company that pays me like that, but more importantly, find strategies that I can do that were similar to what I did to help grow my wealth. You see, very few people, less than 1% of people, even the ones who've made big money for a short season, have anything to show for it. See, these core four products are ones that we educate you on how and what it is involved around your wealth. So Tranont Defend is going to protect your identity. You'll be receiving alerts when people pull your credit. You'll be receiving a monthly report to the risks that you have associated to your credit score, you or your family. We'll also protect you, your whole entire family, or even an entity, a business that you currently own. And what we'll do to make it so simple is we'll actually give you computer makeup and cleanup on the back end for free. So you can plug in your computers, your tablets, so you know that they're maintained and running properly, so you're not at risk. And you'll actually get a report, because what you'll learn when you see the identity theft product is most people are at risk because of how they're accessing the internet every single day. The last one is actually taking advantage of our code, our tax code in our country. We have a tax app that allows you to itemize all the items you would use in your business currently or your Tranont business. You can even track all your miles. As soon as your vehicle gets up to 15 miles an hour, it automatically turns on your phone. You can track it all out. You go out to eat with your friends or family, and you're talking about your business now or the one that you're going to do with us. You can take pictures. All your receipts are stored in the cloud, so you don't have to have a shoebox full of things. I will tell you, as a businessman for over 11 and a half years as an entrepreneur, I've tried to educate people for many years that the greatest thing about being in business is making more money because you're an owner of a company. I don't promote that saving money of your taxes is the greatest thing about being a business owner. I say making more money. As all of you would agree, the taxes in our country are going up. So why aren't you finding creative, legal ways to not pay the average income, which is now 20%. Last year was the highest that someone in America paid on their taxes, the average. A lot of us will show you how we've been paying between 12 and 15% over the last 5, 10, even 15 years. Those are our core four products. Now, if you have a pen, I'd like you to actually add something to the core four. Now, what ended up happening, you guys, this is very simple. I already know a lot of you on this phone call because you've heard about merchant accounts and cell phones and business phones. But see, that was actually brought into our company secondary. That's actually not the focus. I know many of you are going to get disheartened because you're hearing all the great incomes that are being produced. But see, once again, if I gave you $100,000, I'll tell you that 99% of the phone call tonight would not know what to do with it. It's like professional athletes. They throw all this money, and there's no personal growth with that money. And so the time that they retire, they're either retiring broke or they blow it within a couple of years. You see, I saw that frequently. More times than not, actually, in my previous career, being a part and being a vice president of one of the largest direct sales companies in the entire world for over 11 and a half years. Many of my students I mentored, coached, molded, helped them get up to astronomical amounts of money every single month. A year or two would go by and they'd be this broke at a higher level. Or something that they did not plan for would come up in their life, and then they would drain everything in their life to try to stay afloat. You see, what we learned is a lot of people came back to us and said, I have a plan. And guess what, people? A lot of guys said, this is the first time I've actually had a plan in my life. Yeah, it's a 15-year plan. It's a 20-year plan. I'm super excited. Now, how do I condense that time? How do I go from 20 years to 10 or from 10 to 5? That's where I come in. I wanted to add my expertise in the industry and show people different ways to produce income. And what we've added was a huge, huge, huge way of making money. A way that you can actually count on month in and month out. A way that you're not going to track your time or track your sales. You're actually going to be able to easily track it because you'll get paid continually as your customers use these services. I'm a huge fan of residual income because I believe that people can get out of debt. People can have true wealth when it comes to residual income, to where you're not tied to a job or a task to create your income daily, weekly, monthly, or even every year. So the next services you're going to be seeing on down there range from cell phone with an exclusive contract with Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint. We're actually getting ready to roll out our Bliss cellular platform. We offer no contracts and no credit checks. All the services that I'm about to go over with you are always month to month. We have the ability to give you more data at less cost. Yes, save people money. You'll actually hear when people talk about our plans that they're already going to save over $100 a month, $1,200 a year on something that's already being used. Probably most of you are using it on this conference call. An industry in our country alone that grows over $300 million a day. Can you imagine just getting a sliver of the amount of text messages that were sent every single day? A sliver of the amount of data that's being used when people are surfing social media, Twitter, Facebook, and other platforms, and platforms that have not even been created yet, but you and I know they'll be accessing it through their cellular phone, and you'll be getting paid monthly off of that bill. The next ones that we have moving up to the list, you're going to see some of our business services. We have merchant accounts with National Processing, one of the most premier merchant processing companies in the entire world. In fact, go ahead and Google them. They come up in the top 5 of any search. They never lock companies into a contract. When's the last time you used your debit or credit card? Could you imagine that gas station, that restaurant, that salon, every single time someone processes a card in there to pay for the goods or service, and parts of the fee go to you on every single swipe? We have individuals that I've now mentored that have closed gas stations, large gas stations, shopping strips, not only shopping strips, but grocery stores. They're not just doing thousands or millions. We're talking some that are doing over $1 billion a year in credit and debit processing. But now a Trinont associate will be receiving 15% off the commissionable fees that we get from National. Could you imagine going to your favorite gas station and seeing everyone swiping cards and parts of every single purchase, whether it was a candy bar, a soda, or just a gallon of gasoline? Those fees are being deposited into your bank account every single month. We do the same thing with business phones with a company called Jive. We even go into companies and show them a better, more efficient way to do background checks in their HR department because they're spending millions of dollars a year. We even can help property management companies do background checks. And here's the craziest thing that we're so excited about. Future services that many of you guys will be getting paid off of. I actually just came from corporate today, and we had a 3-hour meeting with some of our vendors and also our future vendors. You guys will be learning in our large leadership event in Las Vegas, Nevada on January 7th. You'll be learning about exclusive deals also through DirecTV and Dish and many other services. There's even talks with a company that many of you have in your home tonight called Netflix. See, we're going to be going after business and commercial services that households, millions of households around the world pay for. So when you get involved and you're really making real money in our company, you're doing it with a plan in place first. See, being someone who's had great success in business, I'll tell you one of my secrets. My mentor did not allow me to start making money until I had my plan first. Unfortunately, most people start making money and try to do their plan second. And everyone goes to the school of hard knocks and you start talking about financial credibility. See, we're not the type of financial firm that wants to only cater to people making high amounts of money. That's the lazy financial planner. I mean, could you imagine if the health and wellness industry only catered to people who are already in good health or they are already fit? Talk about a complete scam. See, we wanted to be the individual that broke the mold. See, making money, I'll tell you, and I hope this does not come across arrogant, to me is actually very simple and actually quite easy. Teaching people, yes, it gets more difficult. But teaching people what to do with the money, we needed avenues and vehicles to do such things. See, I'm not proud of the amount of people that I've shown how to make money, but not shown what to do with it. And Ternat gave me an avenue to express myself to where I was already great at helping you increase your money. And I know most of you would love to increase your income over the next 2 to 5 years, especially in the services that we're talking about. Trillion-dollar industries that are alive and well, already happening right now. But see, what I want to be the beacon of and the person that helps you understand is to not make the same mistakes financially that you've made. So when something does happen, because it will, financial, medical, whatever it is, I want you to be prepared. So in Ternat, we don't just teach you how to make money. We teach you guaranteed ways of never losing money. Never losing money. That's the most important rule in making money from Mr. Warren Buffett. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. We teach you these strategies that you can implement at any financial budget. Moving into box number 3, what we've done to make it very unique is we've given you the opportunity to own your own business with us. We're looking for partners in all states and soon probably many countries. To join our company, what we do is we give you all the marketing platforms, all the employees, everything you see in box number 2. In fact, when you start referring services to people like Ternat or to National Processing or to Jive, you're going to see it's actually just referring it off of your phone. I actually don't want you talking rates or figures or contracts. So you get to simply use the employees of all of our vendors. They actually call and follow up with all of your leads. They'll even drop your name if you want them to. You can even put notes in your account saying, this is my Uncle John. He has a gas station. He has business phones and merchant. He's waiting your call. You press submit on your portal on your phone, and we do all the rest. See, we do all those things. We make it simple. So you can build our business, your business, around everything you're doing in your life. To join the team, your first year fee is $349 to join your team and activate your store and activate your franchise. Every year on your anniversary date to keep it going and maintained, next year on the same date you joined, every year after, it'll be yearly $49 a year to keep it. In box number 4, it talks about how we make money. There's actually 7 different ways. Now, I'm not going to touch on all of them, but I will touch on a few. In fact, in box number 5 is the first one you saw in box 4, residual income. Now, many of you know about residual income, but some of you simply do not. Those that you do know, did you know that 98%, yes, 98% of not the U.S., the globe, the world, when in terms of making money, they make money on the linear side, meaning if they don't work an hour, they don't get paid. If they don't do something, they don't get paid. How many of you could actually take the rest of this year off and your family, children, or any of your bills would not be affected? What would happen if you took the next year off and the year after? See, we actually allow you to be a full-fledged partner. We profit share with you every single month, and it's very simple. Think about Michael Jackson today. He's been dead for many years, actually I think 3 or 4 or 5 years, and last year made just shy of $500 million. Imagine that. In Toronto, it's very simple. You're either making 10 or 15% off of every single service that you personally refer to our vendors. Now, it's very simple. If you're making 10% residuals or royalties, it's because you have 10 accounts or less. The moment that you hit your 11th account, I give you a raise. You're at 15%, and yes, I grandfather it all the way back to your very first account and I give you a raise across the board. So the very simple example that you're seeing in box number 5 there is extremely simple. If you had 50 services, let's say the average service was $40, which many of you guys can laugh when you're looking at business phones and cell phones and even TV bills. No one has that low of a bill. But with that, it's still $2,000 of commissionable billing, and at 15%, that's over $300 a month of residuals that you would be making. Now, I use a very basic, simple example because I'll tell you, one of the things that I've noticed with the people that are legendary in our industry is we get together once a year, twice a year, and we talk about people who are striving and people that are failing, is the people that fail create too much hype. See, hype is getting your money and then you in turn do nothing because you're hyped up to join my company. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to educate you on the simple facts. What would an extra $300 a month do for you if you knew that it was not just coming in this month, but each and every month for the next 5, 10, 15 years? See, that's what I'm about. What would happen if it was $500? Look at the divorce rate in our country. Over 50% of people are getting divorced, which is very scary to me. I actually have 2 daughters. I have 1 on the way. I have 3 daughters, which is crazy to think that I have to educate my daughters that there's a 50% chance, over 50%, that they're not going to make it in their marriage. And the number one reason, according to every statistical reading that you see, is financial strife. See, I want to tell you a secret. If you're going to become my partner, don't hype these presentations. Don't hype the fact that you're going to retire everybody. Yes, there's already people making tens of thousands of dollars. I was meeting with one of our leaders today, and I'll tell you, I'm the owner. He's easily going to make $500,000 in his very first year. But he's unique, you guys. He calls me almost every day except Sunday to get coaching. He reads the books that I recommend him read. He's 100% coachable. He never blames anyone for his success or lack of success. He takes full accountability. But that's not the rule. He's the exception. The rule of what we're going to have in front is people adding an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And I know I even turn people off when I don't talk about the big numbers. But I don't care. Because I've seen enough of those people that want to get rich quick. They want it to be easy. They don't want to work. And if it's ever promoted easy, it's sleazy. See, I take great pride in what we've been able to accomplish already up to this point. Last month, we've already hit projections that we were not projecting to hit until April of next year. And we're doing it the right way with the right people. What would you do? What would you do? How would you feel, in fact, if you actually helped a handful of people add an extra $500 with, not linear where they had to work monthly to get it, but they worked with you and I for a season and they made that money continually every single month. See, that's the power that I'm getting at, and that's what makes our company special, is we actually can do that, and it's already being proven. Now, what I want you to turn your attention to is the team building aspect that you see in box number 6. You have the ability to leverage. Yes, leverage the entrepreneur's dream, no extra fee, no extra cost, which means no extra risk. You look in box number 6, for me, it was my example was very simple. I actually was very coachable. I actually read a script that my mentor actually wrote for me in a restaurant very similar to a Denny's. I invited everyone out to my home, and he was able to present the opportunity, and I had people who love the feeling of residuals. They loved what they could do in their life. And they even loved it more that it didn't come from me. It came from somebody else. And I see so many people make that mistake, is they take this presentation and go out on their own and try to convince their warm market, their contacts, that what they just saw is better than sliced bread. It's never better than that when you present it, but it always is when someone else does. So my secret was I actually got people in front of the right presenter to get the information from someone else other than me. And my mom, my college coach, and my friend, as you see, there's 3 little blue people there in box 6. That was my first 3 people. It wasn't fancy. Now, I'm not telling you to have 3 teams. I'd say just have 2. But you need to personally be responsible for 3 people coming into your team. It's very easy. As you can see in box number 6, you are now an executive branch in our company. And the monthly bonus for hitting that position, yes, monthly, not one time, monthly, is $100 for doing that. And that does not take into any consideration if you go out and refer services or if your team does. That's just if everyone met the volume requirement of $115 and that's it. Can you imagine when your team starts referring services and that volume requirement goes up? Even their own cell phones or friends and family? Talk about a residual income bump. Moving into box number 7, you can see that there is some amazing things you can do as far as advancing in rank of our company. The second pay position of our company is simply called FC, Financial Consultant. Now, all you have to do is you can do it one of 2 ways. You can have 3 people in your team, and those 3 people, you assist them in referring $1,200 or 1,200 points of volume that you see in box number 2. So you're teaching your team how to do it. Or because the volume requirement you saw in box number 3 with $115, if you just bring in 12 individuals into your organization, you did it by default. And now you've increased your residual income from $100, now it goes to $350 because box 6 and 7 are combined. If you want the car bonus, we give you $500 plus box 6, so you're making $600 residually. And this does not include any referred service up to this point. And this does not even include any financial compensation for helping people and being a part of our wealth plan. Absolutely amazing. Now, here's the crazy thing. We are giving away so many Jeeps every week. It's crazy. We chose Jeep as a company because, A, it's fun to drive, but B, the resale value on Jeep is absolutely crazy. Go research it. It's awesome. In fact, in Utah, we have a huge connection to a dealership that they give you the vehicle below invoice, and they even are shipping it all over the U.S. because of how big of a deal we're actually getting. We're having people step into the vehicle with equity. Could you imagine driving a Jeep through us, a Cherokee, a Wrangler, a Rubicon, a Grand Cherokee, and actually taking that car payment you had and taking it away and driving our car for free that we provide, and being able to use that money to a wealth plan? Talk about amazing. Now, the individual who invited you on this phone call will actually go over all of box number 8, all the different positions. Because, yes, box number 8 can look confusing, but it's very simple when someone just details it out from left to right. And they'll even show you that by having a financial plan in our company, when you reach certain levels of our business, we actually give you money. Yes, additional income on top of our compensation plan to fund those plans. Box number 9 and 10 is where everything starts. Without great training systems, our company is nothing. Obviously, our training systems are getting better and better. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. Because I never, ever believe that we'll be a perfect company, but I do believe in progression. We're going to teach you how to actually refer simple services. Now, some of them are going to be so simple, you literally opening up your portal on your phone and referring a merchant, a business phone, even satellite TV here in the near future. You just refer it, and the call centers represent you, and they close your deal. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Now, some of the wealth side, the financial side, you'll actually have mentors and coaches that you're sitting with, and you're going to be watching them do so you can actually execute with them watching you. We've got great training. In fact, in the Utah marketplace, if you guys are in driving distance or you're willing to be like some of the latest superstars in Washington and California that actually flew in to the corporate facility because they saw what we represented and wanted the true explanation because they knew what we had was unlike anything else. Our next big meeting that we're going to be having in Utah will be the 23rd and 24th of October this month. I'll actually be in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Washington area, Spokane, on the 16th and 17th of October. There's another big event, yes, even on Halloween, the 30th and 31st of this month in Boise. We're planning major events in the Texas marketplace. I'm trying to get down there in the middle of the week, in the next couple of weeks, to spearhead the expansion with some major leaders I've been meeting over the phone. I'm excited to finally see you guys face to face. I'm so impressed. In fact, one of the major leaders of that team just hit our senior financial consultant. Congratulations, Chris, in literally 30 days. Oh, amazing. But without training, it's nothing. So what I encourage you to do is actually get with the person who invited you onto this call and get your questions answered. If by chance, if you don't have someone to answer those questions, or if you have questions for me, again, my email is jake@trinont.com. Never hesitate. If you have questions, fear, doubts, concerns, excitement, just coaching on how to actually structure your teams. I've been around the block many years and been able to mentor. I've mentored thousands of people, so I could tell you how I would build Trunt if I were an associate like you. I hope to become many of your friends and to do big things in our company, because we're doing some things both in the direct sales, network marketing arena, and now in the financial arena that people could not and did not even predict. We knew it would happen, but now people are getting seeing the results from confidence to sheer income, and we're just super excited about it. So thank you for joining us on our call. If you have any questions, please get the person who invited you on or myself, and we'll get back with you. We'll answer your questions. October is a great month to join our company, great incentives, and with nothing else, the first of the year is right around the corner. How has your financial situation improved or gotten better this year? What about time and money? How have both things? My question to you is, we have something I know that you can see the value too. And I'm excited for you to be a part of it, because we're looking for leaders and the people who actually believe that we're going to fix our economy one household at a time. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jake Spencer. Hope to see you around.